What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. My name is Chase Ross if you guys are new to my channel, and in today's scooter video I'm going to be showing you guys 10 mini ramp slash quarter pipe tricks that you guys can literally go outside and start learning today. Don't make the same mistakes that almost every new rider makes. I'm talking about avoiding transition. There are so many riders that ride flat ground and stairs all because they let the transition of a ramp scare them. But trust me, being able to ride ramps like this half pipe behind me will help you unlock so much fun and so many new tricks that you just can't simply do on the flat ground. Now before I jump into my list of 10 tricks, I'm gonna get my session on. All right, now without any more hesitation, let's jump into trick number 1. The first trick on this list is going to be 50-50 stalls. It is such an easy trick to learn, which is why it's going to be number 1 on today's list. A 50-50 is when you lay half of your deck on top of the coping and then drop in. It's really easy to get in and out of, and there's not really a lot that can go wrong with this trick. So if you guys already know how to drop in onto a quarter pipe, the next step is definitely going to be learning how to 50-50 drop in. And then from that, you're going to be able to do 50-50 stalls and then 50-50 grinds. And then once you're getting really comfortable with those 50-50 grinds, you'll be able to work your way up and start doing tricks in and out of the 50-50. The next trick on this list is going to be disasters. Disasters are a great trick to learn when you're on quarter pipes and half pipes because it lines you up to learn lip slides. So what a disaster is you are going up and you're basically intentionally casing the ramp. It's really not hard to do, so this is actually a good trick to learn if you guys don't know how to air. If you guys are watching this video, I'm guessing you guys already know how to air, but if you guys don't, I have a video in the upper right hand corner you guys can definitely check out. But anyways, back to disasters. What a disaster is basically you go up in the air, your back wheel slaps on the other side of the coping, your deck hits the coping, and then you drop back in. It's super easy, and this trick lines you up perfectly for lip slides. And then of course, once you get comfortable with those, you can really start adding some tricks into them. The next trick on my list is gonna be tire taps. Tire taps are really fun, but they involve a lot of balance because once you come out of the ramp, you have to rest on just your back wheel and then balance and then hop back into the ramp. Once you get comfortable doing that, you can work your way into manuals and really have a fun time. The next trick on my list is one of my all-time favorite tricks, turn downs. I love turn downs because they're such a unique trick, and I think I've even made a few videos similar to this one where I actually talk about turn downs and how it's a very basic trick because your hands and your feet don't actually leave the scooter. The beauty of this trick is you can learn it at any skill level because all you're doing is just slightly turning over your bars. You can click it more and more, the better and higher you get. So with turn downs, what I'd recommend is when you're going on a quarter pipe air, just start to look over your shoulder, and then as you get comfortable, start to turn those bars and throw it over that thigh. Eventually, you guys can get a nice click turn down and really start loading it into different tricks like flare turn downs, whip turn downs, bar spin turn downs, buttercup turn downs, bri flip turn downs. Any turn downs, they can be added to basically anything, or they can be done by themselves as a solo clicked super stylish trick, and it's definitely one that you guys can easily learn on a half pipe or quarter pipe. And this moves us into the next trick on my list, which is gonna be X-ups. Just like with turn downs, you don't have to take your hands off the bars, so you can literally do this trick anywhere. X-ups are awesome because it's not quite a bar spin and your hands are not leaving the bars, which means because you're not leaving the bars, your hands just make an X, which is why it's called an X-up, and then you just un-X up. This is really fun to do air. You can even do it out of stalls, or you can maybe add it into combos. It's really limitless. Now jumping into the next trick on my list, we're going back to the coping tricks because this one's going to be a Feeble and a Smith. I'm lumping these two tricks together because they're so similar and they both can be learned definitely within the same day. Feebles are awesome because all you have to do is get your front wheel out of the ramp, and then with Smiths, all you're doing is getting your back wheel out of the ramp. This trick could either be used as a drop-in or it could be as a stall and then hence made into a grind. There's a lot of combos you can do with Feebles and Smiths. For example, you could do a Feeble to Smith and then a whip drop in. It's nice to be able to move quick on the coping, and getting comfortable with Feebles and Smiths are definitely the way to do it. And that now leads us right into salads. Salads are just like Feebles, but your front wheel and your back wheel are just hovering in the air. Salads are awesome because they're great for like fence stalls, or if you're doing a board slide, because your front and back wheel have nothing to catch onto. You're just balancing on the coping, and then you hop right back in. Moving right along into the next trick, we're gonna be taking a little bit of a jump on this next one because we're talking about toboggans. Toboggans are a simple trick when you don't overthink them, which is why they make this list, but let's just really quick run over how to do a toboggan. When you're doing a toboggan, you want to be able to grab the back part of your deck. You want to be making sure that you bring the deck up to you instead of you leaning over and grabbing the deck. Once you bring the deck up to you, you grab the back part of the deck, and then you take your other hand and you twist your bars forward. That right there is a nice click toboggan. You can do this trick super low on quarter pipes. Anywhere between a 3-foot ramp and a 5-foot ramp will be just perfect, which is why it's perfect for quarter pipes and half pipes. Now once you got toboggans down nice and dialed, you can start adding some tricks and combos into it, and you can really juice them up a little bit. Now following along with the toboggan where we take one hand off, we're now going to be taking both hands off of our scooter, which is going to be a tuck no-hander. With the tuck no-hander, the crucial point that you want to make sure you're doing is pinching the bars with your knees. If you don't pinch the bars with your knees, you're doing a suicide, which if you haven't guessed why the name is called a suicide, it's because the trick is deadly. If you do a tuck no-hander but neglect to pinch those bars, your bars are going to be turning all over the place on you, and it might end a little rough. So make sure you pinch those bars with your knees, take those hands off. You can start this off just going super small. Like I'm talking like your hands are on the bars, you just barely let off, and then you grab back on. Eventually, the extension will come and you get farther and farther the more you do them. Eventually, you'll be able to crank them out inside of tricks. My favorite, of course, is the flare tuck no-hander. If you guys need any help learning how to do tuck no-handers, I have a video linked in the upper right-hand corner that will take you right to that tutorial where you guys can learn how to tuck no-hander. Now, on to the last and final trick that you guys can learn very easily on a quarter pipe or a half pipe. We're going to talk about can plants. Can plants are a super fun and unique trick that also make it into a lot of my videos just because I really enjoy doing them. This trick is super cool because all you're doing is a foot plant, but substituting that foot plant by hopping inside your scooter and then doing a can plant. It's basically the same thing, but with a little bit more pizzazz. Now the beauty of a can plant is you can really escalate this trick up and work on it and make it your own. You can do it on quarter pipes, you can do it on half pipes, you can do it on ledges, banks, quarters, flat ground before you even take it to a quarter pipe, which is why this trick definitely makes this list because you guys can literally go outside, practice doing the can plants, come onto a quarter pipe, and be good to go. And just like that, we've now finished all 10 tricks on my list. Quarter pipes and half pipes are just one of those things that you guys are always going to encounter, especially if you go to a skate park, and they're nothing to be afraid of. I personally love a good half pipe. That's why I have one in my backyard. It makes for a lot of progression, and it helps you land a lot more tricks because you can go a lot higher in the air, and also you go back to back to back trying tricks, which really gives you some confidence, especially when you're at a skate park. Now, if you guys have a trick that you think should be on this list, go down in the comments and comment it down below. I'm sure everybody else would love to see your comment and see what tricks they can learn. Now, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap today's video up. If you guys liked it, give me a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. I put a lot of work into these videos because all I want you guys to do is progress as fast as you possibly can. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.